Hi there, I'm Mrs. Mestry. We're going to go ahead and review our short vowel sounds before we get started with our lesson today. A says ah, like the first sound in the word apple. Now you try it. Pretend you have an apple in your hand as you say the sound. A says ah, like apple. Very good. E says eh, like the first sound in edge. So what I do is I pretend I'm taking my fingers and running them along the edge of a table. You can run them on an edge of a table, but if you don't, just pretend like I did. You ready? E says eh, like edge. Very good. I says eh, like the first sound in the word itch. So we're going to pretend that we have an itch on our arm. You do it with me. You ready? I says eh, like an itch. O says like octopus. So pretend your hand is an octopus and your fingers are the tentacles. And as you say you're going to wiggle your fingers. All right? You try it with me. O says like the first sound in the word octopus. U says like the first sound in up. So I just take my finger and I go in an upward motion. You try it with me. Ready? U says like in up. Very good. Today we are going to learn about digraphs. A digraph are two letters that come together and make one sound. And one sound, the smallest sound in a word, is called a phoneme. So you might hear me say sound, or you might hear me say phoneme, because a phoneme is the smallest sound in a word. And as we're talking about digraphs, we're talking about two letters coming together to make one sound. Can you show me with your fingers as I say what a digraph is? A digraph is two letters that come together to spell one sound. Very good. The digraph that we are going to work with today is the digraph SH. Okay, I know S by itself says the sound or spells the sounds. I know H by itself spells the sound. But a digraph are two letters that come together to make one sound. So I can't use both sounds. I have one sound. So the digraph SH, when S and H are together to make that digraph, they spell the sound shh. Just like you're telling somebody to be quiet, right? You see my little emoji guy over here? He's telling everybody to hush. He's going shh. That's the sound that the digraph SH spells. So when we see SH together, the digraph SH, it spells the sound shh. Can you make that sound? Good job. So the digraph SH spells the sound shh. We are going to be listening to some words and listening for that digraph, the digraph SH. And that digraph SH are the two letters S and H coming together to make one sound. And that sound is shh. Okay, I'm going to say a word. When I say the word, we're going to listen to the word. We're going to listen to the sounds or the phonemes in the word. And we're going to stretch it out to see how many sounds or how many phonemes are in the word. And once we know how many sounds are in the word, then we're going to think about where did we hear the digraph SH or the sh sound in the word. Is it going to be at the beginning, the middle, or the end of the word? All right, so I'm going to start with the word shed. I have a shed in my backyard that holds all of my tools. Shed, right? So we're going to say the word shed. Let's say it together. You ready? Shed. Now, I'm going to finger stretch the word shed. It looks like this. Shed. Shed. You finger stretch it with me. Ready? The word is shed. 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 I know the word shed has 3 sounds or 3 phonemes because those are the sounds I heard in the word. Shed. 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 Where did we hear the sh sound or the sh digraph? Did we hear it at the beginning, the middle, or the end of the word? Let's think about that. The word was shed, and when we finger stretched it, we went sh, ed, shed, sh, ed, shed. Was it at the beginning, the middle, or the end? That's right, it was at the beginning, shed. Now, let's try another one. Let's use the word dish. Okay, I put my food on a dish at dinner time so I can eat, right? So let's say the word together, dish. Now let's finger stretch it. Ish, dish. I heard 3 phonemes or 3 sounds. Did you too? Let's try that together one more time. Ready? Dish. Ish, dish. Now, where did you hear the digraph sh or the sound sh in the word? Was it in the beginning, the middle, or the end? Let's stretch it one more time. Ready? Ish, dish. That's right, the sh, the digraph sh is at the end of the word because I hear the sh sound at the end. Very good. Let's try one more. The word is shut. I shut the door so the bugs did not come in the house. Shut. Let's say the word together. Ready? Shut. Now let's finger stretch that together. Shut. Shut. Let's do that one more time. You ready? Shut. 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 I heard 3 sounds. Did you? Great. 3 sounds, 3 phonemes. Now, where did we hear that digraph sh? I remember it says shh. Let's see. Let's look at our boxes. We said shut. 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 That's right. It's at the beginning of the word. Good job listening to those sounds. Okay, for this next part of our lesson, you're going to need 3 things. I would like you to find a blank piece of paper. It could be notebook paper. It could be a piece of computer paper, construction paper, whatever kind of paper you have at home, just as long as it's blank. 1 piece of paper. You will need a writing utensil. It could be pencil, pen, marker, crayon, whatever you have. And then you will also need a pair of scissors. Now, hopefully you have a pair of kid scissors at home. If you don't have kid scissors and you only have adult scissors, then ask an adult at your house to help you or an older sibling. But if you don't have any scissors or you don't have an adult to help you and you aren't allowed to use the scissors, it's okay. I'll show you how to tear it, okay? So go ahead and get those 3 things, your paper, something to write with, and a pair of scissors if you have them. Pause the video and come right back. Okay, great. Now that you have your material, the next thing I need you to do is take your piece of paper and your writing utensil, and you're going to write some letters at the top of your page, okay? At the top of your paper, just like I did here. So you're going to write the same letters that I have. You have your digraph SH. Notice that I wrote the S and the H together because we're going to be cutting out these letters, and I don't want to cut the S and the H apart because they're a digraph and the 2 letters come together to make one sound, so they need to stay together. Okay, but all the other letters we're going to cut apart. So you need to make sure that you have a space between them. All right, so go ahead and pause the video and use your writing utensil and write the letters nice and neat and where you can read them at the top of your paper. If you need help, ask an adult to help you. Pause the video. Okay, great. So now that you have your letters written down, now we're going to use our scissors. So again, if an adult is helping you or older sibling, that's fine. If not, if you have a pair of kid scissors, great. So what we're going to do is we're going to take the scissors and you're just going to cut straight up the page and cut that strip of letters out, okay? Straight up the page. And your strip of letters are going to look like this, okay? And then you'll have the rest of the paper left over. Now, if you do not have scissors, it's okay. Don't worry about it. So what you're going to do is you're going to take the paper. Now, you already have your letters written down, so just fold the paper underneath the letters, okay? So like here. So these are my letters. I'm going to fold over so I don't fold on top of the letters. Now, and it doesn't have to be perfect. I just don't want the letters to be folded, okay? So, and then I'm going to crease it. I'm going to press my fingers together and crease it, and then I'm going to open it back up. I'm going to fold it the opposite way and crease it one more time. And then I can carefully just tear the strip of paper, right? Perfect. And then what you're going to do is, if you have your scissors, great. You're going to take your scissors and you're going to cut straight up between the letters. Now remember, the SH digraph we're going to keep together. We don't want to cut that apart. So I'm going to take my scissors and I'm going to cut up one time and cut that apart. So now I have my digraph and I have the rest of the letters, right? And then you're going to take your scissors and you're going to make one cut up and cut each letter apart. So I just cut my C off, and you're going to continue to do that and cut straight up between the letters and the spaces that you have there. Go ahead and pause the video while you finish that. Okay, great. So now all of your letters are cut out. Perfect. Make sure the space in front of you is nice and clear, and go ahead and put those letters in a nice neat row, kind of like what I have here. Now I know I was showing you letters on notebook paper, but that'll be a little difficult for you to see with what I'm doing. So I have my letters on some big bright index cards so you can see them, okay? So go ahead and put your letters in a nice neat row on the table. And then you can even put them in the same order if you want, it doesn't matter. But let's go through and look at the letters that we have, and let's say the sounds for those letters. So we have our digraph SH, and we know the digraph is two letters that come together to make one sound. So the SH here is coming together to make the sound sh. We have the letter C, and I know C says k. We have the letter A with a vowel, and the short vowel sound is a, like apple. I have the letter H, and I know H says the letter I, and the vowel I, the short vowel sound is I. The letter P says the letter O with a vowel, the short vowel O says ah, like octopus. The letter S says, and the letter D says D. Okay, so now that we have our letters and we know their sound, we're going to build some words. Okay, so I want you to take your hands off of your letters, and I want you to look, and I want you to listen to what I'm doing. I'm going to take 3 letters, and I'm going to put them together, and I'm going to say the sounds and blend those sounds together to see what word I made. So I'm going to take the letter C. Then I'm going to take I'll take the vowel A. And then I'm going to take the letter P. Okay, so I have the letters C, A, and P. Go ahead and find your letter C, A, and P and bring them down and put them in the row just like I did. Okay, great. So now I have these letters, but I need to say the sounds and listen and blend them together to be able to know what word I made, right? So watch me. I'm going to touch and say the sounds and then blend them together. So hands off and eyes and ears. I'm going to say the sound. Let's do that together. Get your finger and you touch and say the sound. Ready? Do that one more time. Oh, the word is cat. Cat. Awesome. Okay. So now what I'm going to do before I go to my next word, I'm going to you have the rest of your paper like this and your writing utensil. And let's go ahead and write down the word. So I just spelled the word cat. So I'm going to write it down. C, say the letters as you write it. It helps you remember. C, A, P, cat. Right? Okay. Now, I'm going to take the word cat and I'm going to change it. Let's take the P away. So take your P and put it up top. And instead of a P, let's use the digraph. And I'm going to take the digraph SH and I'm going to put it at the end of the word. Okay? So now let's touch and say the sounds and see what word we have. You ready? Get your finger ready. Let's touch and say that one more time. You ready? Cash. Cash. Oh, if I blend those sounds together, I have cash. Cash. Oh, like cash, like money. Another name for money is cash, like the paper money. All right, so let's take our writing utensil and let's write down the word cash. Remember, say the letters out loud as we write them down. We have C, A, S, H, cash. Okay. Pencils down. Now, let's change cash. Let's change the beginning sounds. I'm going to take the C away. And I'm going to take the letter D and put it at the beginning instead. So I had cash. Now let's see what word we made. Ready? Let's touch and say. Get your finger ready. And let's say the sounds. Ready? D. Ash. Let's do that one more time. Ready? D. Ash. Dash. What word did we make? That's right, dash. So let's go ahead and take our writing utensil and let's write down dash. Like my dog will dash out of the front door if I don't hold him, right? So dash. D, A, S, H, dash. Okay, let's go ahead and change dash. I want to change, let's change the middle sound this time. Let's change the vowel. I'm going to take the A and put it back at the top. And instead of the A, I'm going to use an I and I'm going to put it in the middle of the word. So instead of dash, let's see what word we made. You ready? Now I have, get your finger ready, let's touch and say. Ish. Let's do that one more time. Ish. If you blend that, what word did you make? Ish. Dish. That's right, dish. Like I use a dish to put my food on so I can eat my dinner. So let's go ahead and write down dish. Remember, say the letters as you write it down. Ready? D, I, S, H, dish. Okay, so let's change dish. Instead of dish, I want to change the end sound. So I'm going to take the digraph away. Okay? So instead of that digraph, let's go ahead and take our P and put it at the end of the word. Let's use our finger and touch and say those sounds. Ready? It, dip. Oh, the word is dip. Like I can dip my feet in the pool or I can dip a French fry in some ketchup, right? So the word is dip. Let's go ahead and use our writing utensil and write it down. Ready? Say the letters. D, I, P, dip. All right. Let's change dip. Let's make a different word. Let's change the beginning sound. I'm going to take the D away. And let's put an S at the beginning. So instead of dip, let's see what word we made. Let's touch and say. Ready? It. Sip. The word is sip. You're right. Yeah. I can sip some water from my cup. Right? Sip. Let's go ahead and write down the word sip. S-I-P. Okay. So instead of sip, let's go ahead and change the beginning sound again. Let's take the S away. And instead of the S, let's use our digraph again. And I know the digraph SH are two letters that come together to make one sound, right? And I know that that SH makes the sh sound. So let's touch and say the sounds of the letters and see what word we made. Ready? Sh. It. Sh. It. Ship. Yeah, the word is ship. Like a ship sails in the ocean, right? Ship. Go ahead and use your writing utensil and write down the word ship. S-H-I-P. Ship. Okay, so let's change that word. Instead of changing the beginning this time, let's go ahead and let's change the vowel in the middle. I'm going to take the I away. I'm going to put the O. Make sure you're doing the same thing, right? Take your I and put it up top and your O and put it in the middle. So now let's touch and say. You ready? Get your finger ready. Sh. Do that one more time. Sh. Shop. Yeah, that's right. Shop. I love to shop for books. Shop. All right. Let's go ahead and write down shop. Remember to say it out loud. S-H-O-P. Shop. Okay, instead of shop, let's change that beginning sound. Let's take the SH, that digraph, away, and let's put an H there. What word did we just make? Let's touch and say the sounds. You ready? Do that one more time. What word did we make? That's right. The word is hop, like a rabbit will hop away. Hop. All right, so let's go ahead and write down the word hop. H-O-P. Hop. All right, one last word. Instead of hop, let's change that vowel. Let's take the O away. And let's put an I in the middle. What word did we make? Go ahead and use your finger and touch and say those sounds. Okay. Now, watch me. Let's see if I can do it the right way. Did I do it correctly? Thumbs up. Yay, I did. All right, so the word is hip. Very good. The side, on my side, I have a hip, right? So the word is hip. Go ahead and take your writing utensil. Yeah, there you go. H-I-P, hip. Very good. So, boys and girls, we know that when we see SH together, that this is a digraph. And we know that SH, the digraph SH spells the sound or the phoneme sh. So as you're reading and writing today, make sure that you keep a careful eye out, right? If you hear the sh sound and you want to write it down, make sure you write SH, the digraph. And if you're reading something and you see SH together and you're chunking up a word, you know that SH says shh, and that it says digraph, right? All right. So good luck with your work today. And it was so much fun working with you and making one. Have a great day.